Hi, David Rawlings here, and I got a new sword this morning. Now, it got sent to Ipswich or somewhere like that as a result of the postal service being a little bit weird, nothing to do with the manufacturer. It arrived in a nice box. I have to say it's the most secure boxing that I've ever had on any sword whatsoever. It was chipboard, 4 sides, wonderful, screwed, nailed, everything. Took me a little while to realise that we were actually going in from the wrong side and it didn't have any nails on the side that I wanted to go in from. But very, very securely packed. Now the sword itself, might be a tiny bit disappointed with. Or I could be lying through my teeth because it's absolutely phenomenal. Now, this, I'm not going to try and say the gent's name, but it is absolutely a masterwork. Incredible. First of all, if I can get you to come this way a little bit. Look at the peening. This is the most cleanly finished peening I've had on a sword. It's absolutely lovely. The stitching here on the leatherwork, hopefully you can see, is thick, well anchored and finished in this lovely knot here. Beautiful. The engraving, as you can see, quite stunning, and the leatherwork on the back evenly secure. Now, I was looking at the chape and I was a little bit unsure about the chape because I think that there's a little bit too much spacing down here, but it seems to be being filled with some kind of resin. So it looks like it's very solidly anchored, but cosmetically it does affect it slightly. The sword itself, I will go into a fuller review at some point. I will put the chap's details at the beginning, at the end, and in the underneath as well. The sword itself, if I can get you to stand back a little bit. Here, I'll try and do this without smashing any lights. This is the most phenomenally light, well-balanced sword I have handled of this type. Arming sword, absolutely beautiful. Better balanced than most arming swords, long swords I've had. I cannot fault it. It is light as anything. It is lovely as anything. It's absolutely so beautiful to hold. Balance is superb. Balance is out much further than you'd expect because it handles like a dream, really does. I threw this around outside a tiny bit and it's absolutely beautiful. Now, what I will say is both Matt and Roland have opinions about the pommel, which is one of the reasons I wanted this as a research piece. Here, Matt feels that this is a representation of the 2-part pommel. And yeah, I think he's actually got a point. Roland says that he feels that this is so that you can use the sword two-handed. And I have to say, I can't see any problem with that either, because this is very comfortable. As you can see, I'm just letting my little finger wrap around this just to make it a little bit more comfortable. That gives it a very secure grip. So I can't see any problem with Roland's argument either. I think they're both completely valid. This is, for some while now, I think my favourite sword, until the next one I get, but absolutely stunning work. There will be more of a review. It's lovely and sharp, beautifully made.